when you're like trying to build your life up in your 30s, it feels like it's always something. Like I'm in the middle of trying to build a business, keep a full-time job to keep food on the table, still be an active like husband and father to my soon to be two children. And every time I solve one issue, I feel like three more issues pop up. And I'm saying this because, like, I give you an example. Our cars, right? My car needs to go in to get maintenance. It's an old car, old 2007 Toyota Corolla. It's the car I drive to, you know, do my own stuff in. The car my wife and kid are in is a 2024 Honda CRV. In the last few weeks, the car continues to have error messages on the tire pressure. Now, we live in an area where the streets are a little bit more effed up than they were where we were before. And I just thought, all right, it's probably just speed bumps. You know, there's probably all types of stuff on the road. I didn't feel that, I didn't recalibrate the tire pressure, put air in there 2 or 3 different times. And the indicator still keeps coming on. So likelihood is there's probably a slow leak in one or more of the tires, and it either needs to be patched or the tire's got to be completely replaced. And obviously, that's going to cost money. Whatever maintenance on my old car, that's going to cost money. Another example, we have a lot of dogs. Now, we just had a surgery on one of our dogs that had to get a leg amputated. I know a lot of y'all wouldn't pay for that. That's okay. That was my choice. I understand that's my choice. I'm not complaining about that. The other dog, one of the other dogs that we have, now needs to have some teeth removed because she's having a hard time eating. Now, again, these are all things that we decided to engage in. But when the time when these things come up is always all on top of each other. And that's why it always feels like it's going to be something. Because right now would be the best time for me to not spend any additional money, right? $100 here, $100 there. That's not a big deal. It's the $400, $500, $600 things. That's where, again, we can pay for it, but it just makes you feel like progress is more difficult. But it's always going to be that in your 30s because everything, all the choices that you thought that you felt like were good and cool or whatever at the time in your 20s and your early 30s, they come to roost in your late 30s, especially when you're a dad and a father, like your father and a husband. Those things are all going to collide because just because I am needed in one area, fixing one thing, does not mean I get to skip out on the other things. All of it's going to combine on each other. And that's just what I signed up for. Again, this is not me complaining about it. It is what it is. Like every time something else comes up and my mom's like, hey, can you go look at this? I'm just like, yeah, all right. And I have to have a laugh to myself because it's like, this is the stuff that makes life not worth living, but not boring. If my life was just as simple as, all right, I got a kid, I've got a dog, and everybody's healthy and happy all the time, and nothing ever went wrong, I would never have any experience with how I'm supposed to handle things when they do go wrong. Like, imagine if the first time you ever dealt with a busted tire was in your 60s. And I'm not saying you can't just go call someone, you can, but like, it's the time in your like 30s where you're still able-bodied, but your mind is working better than it was when you're in your 20s. That's the time where you're going to be challenged the most. And that's a good thing. Like that's what I'm trying to get to, y'all. It's a good thing to be consistently under pressure. Pressure is not this thing that you should be running from. It's going to mold you into someone who's prepared. Like legitimately, it's not gonna kill you. Me having to take care of some dogs and fix some tires and then go run out to do the construction and then come back here and feed my kid and then make breakfast for everybody. That's life. That's life. If you signed up for a family and you didn't think this shit was going to be hard, you played yourself. See, I'm not complaining about how these things are too much. I'm saying that it is a privilege to be under pressure with these things going on and still have a healthy, happy family. Because you know how much worse it could be? It could be so much worse. Being under pressure is a privilege. Being able to get on YouTube and say, hey, yeah, I gotta spend like 2,000 on my dog's mouth. How many people you know in this economy could spend 2,000 on their dog's mouth while they're trying to build a business, while their wife's not working and pregnant? How many? See, I am proud of where we are because all the decisions we made in that first decade. Well, we're like 15 years into our relationship, but we're like 8 years into marriage. But we made a lot of decisions together in this last decade, and they weren't even perfect. But all those decisions have come to this point where now it's my turn to be molded by the pressure and to figure out how I am going to do the best that I can to provide the life that I said that I want. That's my job here. And it is a beautiful privilege to wake up and be stressed but still have food on the table. Like I could wake up $40,000 in debt because that used to be my reality back when I didn't have children. I could wake up not knowing how I'm gonna pay rent because that used to be my reality back when I was in college and had no money. That could be it. But realize it's true. It's always going to be something. You are going to try your damnedest to get ahead, and it's going to feel like 2 steps back, 3 steps back every single time. Just know that as long as you're continuing to deal with the pressure, even if everything doesn't go perfect, you're moving forward. Even if the numbers don't say so, as long as you are not completely giving up and cracking under pressure, as long as you're showing up for the people that matter, you're gonna win as long as you don't give up. What can defeat you if you still stand up every time you get pushed down? What's gonna happen? The bill collectors aren't gonna come and kill you. What they gonna do? It's all just money. It's all just bills because the things that are important are right in front of you. It's a privilege to be under pressure. Don't forget about that. And yes, in your 30s, as a young man trying to make it, this shit's gonna be hard. But you signed up for hard. So smile and get to work. That's all you could do. I'll talk to y'all later.